James Silverfox has taken up the pole for race 1 here at the Round of Spain in Malaga, as Chris Washer's going to be starting on his outside. Chris Washer, of course, won a race back in Saint Croix a few weeks ago, and James Silverfox is off with a great start in that number 27 car. Matt Duncan looking to go into second right away, as Andreas Allen was really slow on the start, and we've already got some trouble. Andreas Allen was starting the race 12th, made it just past the start-finish line before going up in a cloud of smoke. William Duncan and Sam Roll got held up really badly, but Mark Nutt, trying to get around him, got turned around by Spencer Fullerton. Prudence Littlejohn also with a piece, and Andreas Allen out of the race before he even hits turn 1. Duncan was able to slip into second. Chris Washer falls to fourth. Bezhenov got by him in the number 13, but it's a pretty ferocious battle for around 6th place currently. Zeus Morrow and Jose Bautista racing up the hill towards Daytona. This corner was originally banked, but they decided to drop it to make it more suitable for road racing, and sure enough, here we are. Zachary Fitzwater in the 44 is passing Brandon Crasta on the inside, now going after Jose Bautista through the S's. Very hard place to, tricky place to pass through there. A lot of elevation change at this course, especially in that section. Really tumultuous section for these drivers to get used to. 3 wide down towards turn number 14, and Kerry Davis and Nick Pericles just got into the wall pretty hard down there, and Kerry Davis is immediately out of the race. He's not even going to be able to drive that one away, and Nick Pericles is most certainly going to be bringing it into the pits this lap, as he is in a cloud of smoke heading into the hairpin here. Matt Duncan currently chasing down the 27 of James Silverfox as DJ Harris runs way off the course. Matt Duncan having a go on the outside here through turn number 3 and 4. Silverfox has the optimal line, but Duncan gets a great run out of the corner, is able to jump the curb there a little bit, and up the hill he will take the lead. James Silverfox getting passed by Damir Bezhenov possibly, as well, as he dives it really hard into turn number 5 and grabs the lead back in the number 27 car. A great job by him. 3 wide behind him for second place. Chris Washer, Bezhenov, and Duncan side by side. They nearly touch coming through that turn 6 complex, but Matt Duncan may be able to take over second position here. No, he doesn't. Bezhenov able to, but Chris Washer coming up through the middle as we come into this corner. Duncan forced to back off, or else all 3 of them would have wrecked as they came through this pair of long sweeping S's. In the battle for 26th place, it's Fullerton and Sidney Crasta here, as Crasta gets into the back of Fullerton. Fullerton hard into that wall along the inside. Look out, Sam Morrow. Hard hit onto the driver's side door of Spencer Fullerton. Hope he's alright after that one. Silverfox has broken away from second place Bezhenov. He's running wide in turn 15, gets into the gravel a little bit. That's certainly not going to help his drive through the hairpin here, as through Wine Valley, that hairpin being called, as Bezhenov and Washer continue to go after Silverfox. DJ Harris not far behind, closely followed by Matt Duncan and Zeus Morrow. Zachary Fitzwater has made his way up into the mix due to all of this battling. We do a quick field flyby as we come towards the end of lap number 3 here, coming through the second set of long sweeping S's here. Mike Doan and Ophelia Dumian currently in battle for around 15th position. Other than that, we're single file for now, but the whole field still very condensed. Bezhenov appears to be setting up for another pass on Silverfox, and yes, he does. That's a gutsy move down into Wine Valley there, the final hairpin here at this course, but it looks like he might be able to get it done here. Silverfox and him a drag race across the line. Bezhenov will lead that lap officially. Chris Washer taking a look on the inside, thinks better of it luckily, as eventually Silverfox would get the position back. Matt Duncan in a battle with DJ Harris down into turn 1 as well here in the 99, trying to make the pass. Oh, as Harris and Duncan make some contact, Duncan's off the road and into the wall. So is Harris. Harris will continue pretty much unscathed, but Duncan is out of the race. Bezhenov and Silverfox still side by side in the 27 and 13 cars. Silverfox able to hold the 13 off for now, as Washer slips into second through that turn 6 complex. Coming across the line to finish lap 4, Washer makes a move down into turn number 1. The Silver Fox forced to give him room in the number 27 as he slides it out a little bit through turn 1. Washer, though, clips the curb there, coming out at 2, and Silver Fox with the better run for now. Silver Fox so far has been able to hold off these two wily veterans all race long, and will continue to do so. Washer is not willing to give up, and he's pretty anxious apparently to get to the front as he once again gets very close to the number 27, forces him out wide a little bit, and now the number 5 will get by. He won down in St. Croix just a few weeks ago, and he's looking to make it 2 in a row here at Málaga. Duncan trying to pass Richard Trelinsky, gets into him a little bit, and both of them slide way off. Duncan just feet away from that wall, and both will continue on. Oh, Richard Trelinsky gets into the side of Duncan as Duncan merges back on track, and Trelinsky will go around there. See a few drivers making their way into the top 5 as DJ Harris pits early, probably to fix some of that damage he received in that incident with Matt Duncan. But Jose Bautista into the top 5 currently. Luke Walker hot on his tail right now as Sam Curtis and Zachary Fitzwater race for about 7th. Washer pulling away just the littlest bit from the 27 here as the 27 is going to run wide in turn number 1 again, and he gets into the gravel. Damir Bejjanov has to swerve a little bit to avoid the number 27 merging back on track. Now here comes Jose Bautista. What a run by him to grab 2nd here possibly, but Bejjanov gets the better run off of the corner. He's going to have to dive it in turn number 5 once again if he's going to grab the position. He's got some help from Silver Fox. That's definitely going to make things a little bit easier here as Bejjanov actually runs wide in the number 13. Rare to see him make a mistake at a road course like this, but James Silver Fox may actually be able to survive and get his way back into 2nd here. Jose Bautista still able to do so. Here comes Silver Fox back on the outside. Zachary Fitzwater into the top 4 now, as this is definitely helping Washer pull away for now. Silver Fox back in a 2nd. Slides it really wide there through that corner, but is able to get the job done. Jose Bautista with another dive, though, on the number 27 as we come up through the 2nd set of S's. Exiting the corner towards Daytona. Coming up the hill here, it's still side by side. Silver Fox and Bautista continue racing side by side. The 79 shuts the door on the 27 for a 2nd. Runs it a tiny bit wide, gets a little bit tight there, and Silver Fox back along the inside. But Silver Fox with a terrible run off the corner. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater, the number 44, trying to get 3rd as Silver Fox and Fitzwater make some contact. And James Silver Fox has gone around. That's Bejjanov involved in the number 13. As I believe, oh, that's the 01 car around as well. That's Sawyer Girl, slides it through there, probably in response to seeing the cars up ahead, and he will come to a stop like that as well. As Fitzwater struggles to get it back to pit road, Duncan into the side of him, and Duncan also with a very messed up race car after that, just like his teammate earlier today. A terrible day for Team Thunder as a chaotic series of events unfolds here on lap number 7. You take a look at this incident from the turn 13 wall. There you can see the lead that Chris Washer got, but Fitzwater and Silver Fox make some contact. Bejjanov involved as well, and you're going to see Sawyer Girl get really loose through there, make some contact with Kim Markell, and that's where he goes around. All of these calamities have left the number 5 of Chris Washer with a very large lead over Jose Bautista. Zeus Morrow and Sam Curtis looking to catch up as well. Mike Doan is currently sitting in a pretty good points position right now, sitting in 9th in that number 72 car. Tyler Thaber just behind in 10th, one of the biggest movers of the race, but currently the biggest mover is Alex Wheeler once again in the number 69 car. Alex has had a great season when it comes to making his way forward, as he's already gotten 2 or 3 hard charger bonuses so far, looking for yet another here today. Damir Bejjanov currently delegated to 19th in that number 13 car after having to come in to make a pit stop to repair the damage. He also changed tires and added some more fuel, so this should be his only pit stop of the race. Ali Nelson's already made her only pit stop of the race, as well as DJ Curtis and Zach Riel, who are having a pretty angsty battle for that 20th spot. After getting a tow back to the pits after stalling it in the grass just after the downhill S's, the 01 car is back out on track a lap down in between Chris Washer and Zeus Morrow. Morrow is definitely catching the number 5. He's gotten by the number 79 of Jose Bautista, and he has set his sights on that number 5. Chris Washer definitely having a little bit of trouble on those older tires. Chris Washer makes his final pit stop on lap number 12, just 3 to go for the new leader, Zeus Morrow. He's going to have to make a pit stop in this race, as will everyone. Jose Bautista also in, as Sam Curtis now sits in second in the number 19 car. Johnny Appleseed, Luke Walker, and Brandon Crasta, the other members of the top 5. Zeus Morrow and Sam Curtis both in, as well as everyone else who is not already pitted. This will decide the race here, as Chris Washer is coming off of the final corner about now. Sam Curtis has a blistering pit stop and gets by Zeus Morrow in the number 17 as you see Washer go by. The number 19 certainly had the better pit stop than the 5, but where does he come out in comparison with Chris Washer here, as we watch Chris Washer just barely go by the number 19, nearly gets into the side of him there, actually, as he exits pit road. He's right on the back bumper of the number 5. He's got 2 laps to get something done here. A few car lengths gap to close, but it should be real close here. Out of Daytona, just a few corners to go here for Chris Washer. Sam Curtis is closing in this lap. Did not have the greatest drive. The last one was still trying to get some heat in his tires, but now he's running down the number 5. But does he have enough time? The 5 through the second to last corner here. Sam Curtis is going to have one final go into the final corner. It's not going to be enough. He runs a tiny bit wide. And Chris Washer, after having no luck last season, will win 2 in a row this season. He claims victory here in Spain. Sam Curtis, a very close second in the number 19 car. He should be very proud of that drive here today. It would be Zeus Morrow in the 17 coming across third. Johnny Appleseed and Brandon Crasta in a heated battle for fourth. Appleseed wins out. Jeffrey Finguy up to 6th from around the mid-teens earlier on. That final pit stop, his pit crew did a phenomenal job on that final pit stop to get him up to where he finished. Jose Bautista, 7th position, I believe, for the number 79 car. Fell back a little bit, looked like he used up his stuff, battling for second place with James Silverfox around lap 7. Luke Walker, 8th place, and Alex Wheeler and Marcus Stroman round out the top 10. After an exciting race 1, the drivers are on the grid to begin race number 2, and Annie Thomas has taken out the pole in the 93 car. James O'Shea on her outside in the 03, and the green flag is out. Annie Thomas gets a pretty good start. Ty Dent follows, trying to slip into second here as we enter turns 1 and 2. James O'Shea, not a great start in the 03 car, is forced to slip into third as we've got a crash behind these guys. 3 wide for several rows going into turn number 1. That's Fala Thanos, Alex Tanker, and Chris Louvier 3 wide. Louvier and Tanker just make the smallest amount of contact. Tanker into the wall, Louvier around, and Bondarenko also collected. 3 drivers that will not be winning today's race. Trent Bengrit's trying to make his way up towards the front on this very first lap, going through the turn 6 complex. He and Matthew Stringer make some contact. A great save by the 102 to somehow keep it off the fence there. Now tries to merge back in front of Nicholas Samadio, cuts him off a little bit there. Samadio's not too happy about that. Dives to the inside anyways. Engrit's still trying to get some heat back into those, and grit back into those tires, and he will be delegated to the bottom of the top 10. Andrew Rick, Tyler Markell, and Sean Morrison 3 wide as we come up the hill towards Daytona, making the turn towards the hill now. and Tyler Markel through the middle to gain 2 positions on the opening lap here. Coming up the hill towards Daytona on lap 2, we're on board Jeff Derry here, as he's got about a 1 second gap to the cars in front of him, but behind him a hungry group of cars as Terrence Day squeezed all the way down to the wall by TJ Dent there in the number 18. A very aggressive move by the 18 car to try and maintain that position. Shrimp Engritz took a look on Jeff Derry, it appears, before the tight downhill S's there, had to back off, and here comes TJ Dent trying to take the position from Shrimp Engritz on the outside through turn 15. He might be able to get it down into the hairpin here as Terrence Day tries to follow him through. Dent swinging it a little bit wide, but Dent's going to grab the position. Some very nice battles back just outside the top 10. Daniel Voiles, Matthew Stringer, and DJ Curtis all battling, hoping to get themselves into the top 5. As right behind them, Gerald Reddington and Amin Al Ghul are going at it for about 8th place. Julian Sanchez right there, in case either of them makes a mistake. Michael King trying to get by Ryder Smith in the turn 6 complex. Smith runs it a little bit wide. Kane into the back of him, has to check up and follow Thanos. J.R. Fitzpatrick and Rusty Babinski all trying to make the best of it. Babinski's going to be side by side with Michael Kane through turn number 7 here and into the first set of the wide sweeping S's. Michael Kane will be able to keep that position from him. Iden has been struggling to get to Annie Thomas's back bumper. Annie Thomas has been putting down some blistering lap times, but so has Ty Dent. They both recently set their fastest lap of the race, but James O'Shea is closing even faster as he pulls a crossover move. Ty Dent throws the block going into that corner, but O'Shea able to grab the inside as Dent swings it just the tiniest bit wide. They're side by side coming into turn number 1 here, as O'Shea's gonna have the optimal line, it appears, but Dent might have a better run off the corner. No, he runs wide, and O'Shea into 2nd position. Annie Thomas did not have the best turns 1 and 2 either, as O'Shea now struggles to run down the 93. J.R. Fitzpatrick is struggling so far today, being overtaken for, I believe that's 27th place by Fala Thanos. Michael Kane and Maxwell Chan all go by him in a very intense heated battle for that position. Carl Endumian also not doing so well back here, but J.R. Fitzpatrick is definitely going to need to get his way forward if he's going to keep his points lead. Marcus Stroman is up in the top 5 in points, and he finished in the top 10 last race. So if J.R. Fitzpatrick is to finish where he is now, it would be Marcus Stroman taking over the points lead. Rusty Babinski making his way forward from his second to last starting position, so far looking to be the hard charger of the race. Alex Allen also not having such a great run. Luco Brovac back here as well, along with Tristan Wilhoit. Bill Littlejohn, another contender for the hard charger bonus this race, as he gets by TJ Dent to sweep into the top 15, I believe. That's Nicholas Amadio right behind the 47 and racing with Tyler Markel. Nicholas now taking a look to the inside of TJ Dent, is not able to get things done for now. A very close 3-way battle for that 15th spot. Now Nicholas Amadio looking along the outside as TJ Dent goes for another move on Bill Littlejohn, not able to get anything done there. Carl Endumian and Alex Allen racing pretty hard for 29th spot as Endumian turns the 49 into the inside wall. The 49's got some engine damage, and he's going to bring it into the pits next lap, we hear, and retire it. A little update on the lead pack as we come towards the halfway point of this race. In fact, this lap does mark halfway. Annie Thomas still in the lead. James O'Shea has been trying to run her down the last few laps. Has been making a few mistakes though. If he can just post a few clean laps, O'Shea will probably be on the back bumper of that 93. Matthew Stringer 3rd as a pretty hard battle for 4th through 6th. Daniel Voiles currently holds that position. Ty Dent and Pichu London 5th and 6th. Pichu London and DJ Curtis racing pretty hard for 7th here, closely followed by Amin Al Ghul as the 16 turns around Pichu London. London's around Gerald Reddington, runs it wide and has nowhere to go, and Pichu London just actually rolled it over down there in the hairpin as smoke pouring out of the car as the right side of the frame is bent. I don't know whether he's going to be able to see, and yeah, he just missed pit lane because of all the smoke and the frame being bent, as he's going to have to cruise it the next 4 miles back around to the pit lane. This is not Pichu London's first odd rollover. Last year at Road America, he flipped it at a similar speed. TJ Dent has fallen to 5th, trying to run down Daniel Voiles as he goes way off the course in turn 5. That's the farthest off I've seen anybody do that corner thus far in the race, as Terrence Day takes over 6th position. Amin Al Ghul just behind in 7th after the DJ Curtis and Pichu London incident. As we close in on pit stops, James O'Shea has finally gotten to the back bumper of Andy Thomas, has not been able to make a pass. Andy Thomas just seems to be a little bit more consistent right now. It's definitely going to come down to the final pit stop between these two. Coming into Wine Valley, we hear Andy Thomas is bringing it into pit lane here with 3 laps to go. James O'Shea is going to take over the lead, has to check up just slightly to avoid getting into the 93 who has just come in. He's got a 5-second gap back to Matthew Stringer and Daniel Voiles. Voiles is into the pits. It really is going to be between James O'Shea and Andy Thomas, as long as both of them don't completely botch their pit stops. Matthew Nicholson and Shrimp Engritz battling for around 17th place just behind Bill Littlejohn. Maxwell Chan now going for a charge on Nicholson. And Maxwell Chan loses it after making some contact with the side of the 4. And that's once again another wreck for Maxwell Chan, and yet another bad finish for the 017. James O'Shea appeared to have had the better pit stop. Let's see where this puts him in comparison with Andy Thomas as he exits the pit lane. You can see Andy Thomas just rounding the corner now, and James O'Shea is going to be your new leader with just 2 laps to go. DJ Curtis still having an alright run in the 16 car, currently in 20th spot, and will gain some positions due to some cars being on pit lane as he blows a motor in the number 16 car. A little bit of karmic revenge there for Pichu London and the 0017. Daniel Voiles and Matthew Stringer both appear to have had better stops than James O'Shea and Andy Thomas, along with Julian Sanchez and Ty Dent. But again, they're just so far back right now, still a few seconds back of James O'Shea and Andy Thomas, the 2 leaders. Not going to be enough time as we come to the white flag now. Final few corners for James O'Shea as he comes down the hill towards the Wine Valley hairpin. Andy Thomas has been trying to close on James O'Shea the last few laps to no avail. O'Shea won 2 years ago at Barcelona, another track in Spain, and he will win his 2nd career race again in Spain here in Malaga. Andy Thomas led the most laps but came up just a little bit short at the end there. Still a great run for her in 2nd. Daniel Voiles just barely holds off a charging Matthew Stringer for 3rd position. Stringer, great run for him today in 4th. Julian Sanchez manages to pick up a top 5 in the 58 car, and Ty Dent falls to 6th position. Jeff Derry, a long way back in 7th place. Terrence Day, P8. Amin Al Ghul and J.R. Fitzpatrick round out the top 10. Incredible job by J.R. Fitzpatrick to drive his way from around 30th to somehow get a top 10 here.